Yes, there's so many. It's hard to single out a few, but certainly Father Sebastian, God rest his soul, he was my novice master. He was just a tremendous influence in my life when I first entered here. You could see the way he carried himself, and that had a great influence on me. And his prayerfulness, his recollected self that he was, his attentiveness that he gave to everything he did. He had a variety of talents, and just everything he did, he really gave his full attentiveness to that project. Also, Father Jacques was a great influence in me. I used to watch EWTN prior to entering here, and there was a show on there called Font of Mercy, which was a documentary that Father Jacques did for EWTN, and it was shot in Poland. And I used to really enjoy this show, and I had a connection, I think, with St. Faustina, and Father Jacques was the host of the show. So when I come here for my first visit, Brother Max was taking me around the campus, and he says, "I want to introduce you to someone." And it was Father Jacques. And he's talking to me, and I'm looking at him and saying, "Man, you look really familiar. You sound like someone I know. He's on TV." And he says, "That's me." And I'm like, I was just blown away from that, because Father Jacques has always been a great influence in my life, and he's always been, anytime I needed guidance or just a question about monastic life or anything in general, he's always been there, and he's just been a very helpful in my process here.
What is on you when you?
Father Sebastian Samé, he was like so suave, it was ridiculous. You know, he'd walk down the hallway, he says, "How are you?" "Very well, how are you?" You know, I thought, he must be like a noble. Actually, I'm very fine. You know, and over 50 years, he was really a character, but very nice person. George Morrison, the nuns were here then. The nuns were wonderful. The nuns were marvelous. They only fed the students. They could care less about the squirrels.
There have been, certainly the men who were involved in my own formation and entry into community life. My novice master, Father Warren Merman, my junior master, Father Andrew Campbell, Archabbey Douglas, my spiritual director at the time before his death, Father Sebastian Samé. Also, in terms of academic formation and deepening in me a love for the scriptures, which I now teach, Father Demetrius Dumm and Father Paulinus Selly. They were men who really gave me a love for learning and opened to me the Benedictine world, in which learning and education and then handing on that education to others figures so centrally. So those were some of the men who really had a strong impact on me.
Well, Father Edward Mazik, he was my novice master, and I've remained very much indebted to him and to his wisdom and his guidance. My socius, Brother Matthew Lambert, and I like to also say he's one of my best friends in the community. And my other socius, Brother Albert. Staff. So I had a staff, yeah, that's right. So novice master, and then two socii, or socius singular, which just means friend. So the idea is that they're a big brother to the novice in community. And so both of those men, all three of them actually are, I consider them friends now, and very grateful for their influence, yes.